guys. Lost my voice, got a little sick. Just here with little man at the airport, letting him do his thing before we get on the plane. Yeah, just last few days finishing up here in Orange County. Now headed to Tampa, back into my life. Still just, looking back at last year, losing pretty much almost all forms of security. 2 jobs, a relationship, a trip that didn't go quite as planned, the disappointment of that. Moving out of a place that I was for 16 years and 13 years in one apartment. It's a lot, it's heavy, and I think it's been a grieving time, also a growing time. And in life, in life you gotta embrace the challenges, right? And I'm in a place right now where even just grieving the relationship and try not to check social media, just staying away. And every time I choose me to focus on me and not focus on my nervous attachment that wants to hover and play detective and see what she's up to, or every time it's a win. And so that's what I'm learning, is developing that inner muscle, that inner emotional muscle to choose me every single time over the past, where I would hover around whoever I'm with, trying to please or trying to understand. And I think I'm coming from a more healthy place now, and so that's that. But I think it's a few shots here heading into Tampa. Not sure. We'll see where the day takes us. So thanks for listening, guys. But if you're struggling with a heartache right now, or just struggling in your life, do what you got to do. Embrace the pain, feel it through it. Go ahead and grieve it. Allow yourself to cry it out. Allow yourself to feel it. Don't stuff it. But then just push forward ahead and do the healthy opposite. That's the biggest thing with action, is not being reactive. And I realize so often in life I'm reacting to life or to other people as opposed to being on offense and being proactive. And so I think somebody needs to hear that today, is you've been reactive long enough, now it's time to be proactive and take your healing, your health, your focus, and really dive into that. Remember, your outer reality is a reflection of what's happening inside. So you need to start taking charge and realize that you can authorize, you can co-create your existence more than you know. You have more power than you know. That's a study that I'm really focusing in on in this new year. I'll talk a lot about it more in detail, but it's something that was really awakened inside me a few days ago, where I realized we can actually co-create our reality more. And again, it starts with our thoughts, and even the Bible, when Jesus said that. So I think sometimes we are too passive, waiting for life to give us something, as opposed to just creating it to happen, in faith. And so some people call it manifestation. That gets a little hooky, little whatever, esoteric, all that. And I think it's been so overplayed. It's simple as this: you can become your thoughts. If you have something, alternative realities in the cosmos. Okay, so there's a version of you there that you pull in. That's what you want to create. You focus in on it. You feel it into your subconscious. You keep feeling what it must feel like now, and you start at the end and you work backwards. And those things will inevitably start playing out. Now you have to flush out some of that old programming, that old the old thought patterns that you're putting out in the universe, so to speak. It's going to be a delay, and there's always a delay between sowing and reaping. But as you focus in on that, you'll start getting more positive things, and you'll start seeing remnants. And it's a good thing to track it, because track your days that you are more in your higher energy, so to speak. Where you trusted God more, you had more faith, and watch how that plays out later on. So just some thoughts today for you guys, but tackle it, do the hard thing. You're loved.
You can also stream our library of free movies and TV.
Alright, say goodbye to that adventure. On to something new. New beginnings. You gotta give Tampa its fair shake so far, because I was dating Jen and I didn't really let myself go out and talk to a lot of people, and just out of respect. But now that I'm single, gotta give Tampa 2.5 months fair shake. I really do. So it's a blessing in disguise. Otherwise I would have always been wanting to move to Florida, and now that I have, there's nothing holding me back officially now, because I'm not in any relationship. So it helps to be able to just give it your all. And in the dating world or in the reestablishing myself. Now my program's up and running. So, good stuff. Somebody's tired. All right, guys. We'll see you in Tampa.